And just like that, we're back. So, as you guys know, I've had a rough time with this Ford Lightning. Maybe you don't know that. Maybe I haven't really expressed it to you. But we are actually just now getting done charging the Ford Lightning. Cost $10.44. That's including a $2 session fee. Tesla don't charge those. With that being said, we're gonna get this truck weighed because, as you guys know, this truck lied on your boy, and I can't have that. So we're gonna get this thing weighed. Now, right now, it's saying that we're within the payload capacity. Oh no, we're gonna go get this thing weighed because they don't give you numbers, which I don't like really. But if you were to step out of the truck, it does keep track of my weight actually, which is really cool. It is pretty sensitive, in other words, what I'm saying. Like, so they can feel, you know, a couple 100 pounds on this onboard scale system. So let's go ahead and head to the CAT scale down the street here, and then we're gonna do some acceleration because I know we're not too far from home in terms of the mileage, and we have 90 miles of range. That feels good, doesn't it? 58% charged. Hopefully you guys can see the trailer back there. We're gonna go ahead and back up. Make sure nobody's behind me too, because sometimes people are silly enough to park behind a trailer. All right, we're good. Actually, we're not good. I don't know where that weigh station is from here. Let me find that real quickly. Hold on 1 second. All right, let's go. So in the last video, we talked about a lot of stuff. I had a little bit of anxiety coming out here to get this truck charged. There's not a lot of chargers where I live at. There are some Tesla chargers though, but not obviously for this. So if you are looking at something like this, one of the hardest things you're gonna run into is just the anxiety, because the range is horrible in this truck. And a lot of that has to do with it being really cold out here. It's like 40 degrees, kind of windy, really chilly outside. So I want to run my heated seats because, man, it would be nice to have some heated seats right now. But I'm going to wait till I at least go and get the truck weighed because traffic is kind of heavy. Worst case, I could always leave my trailer and come back and let the diesel save the day. That's what I really want to do, just to sock it to the electric trucks and cars. But let me see if I can get out here. Traffic's really heavy, and hopefully people can let me in. Someone's let me in. Here we go. Wow. So you do have a tow haul mode on this truck. I mentioned in the last video, but I'm not going to use that because it turns off the one pedal drive, and the regenerative braking is a lot stronger when you keep that on. So just keep that in mind. But so far, I'm at 89 miles. I already lost a mile going like not even 0.2 miles. Isn't that funny? That's so funny. But one thing I like about electric cars is when you're at a stop, you're not using any energy. And of course you have the stop starts for the combustion engine, but I don't really like those systems, especially on diesels. And there are a lot of advantages to having this truck. As I mentioned in the last video too, you have that weight. And this truck has like about 1,000 pounds on like a regular F-150, if not a little bit more than that. I would say probably about 1,300 to 1,400 pounds more weight, which does give you more stability. If this truck had better tires, it'd be kind of game over here with this setup here. But we're gonna go ahead and get on the highway. Where's it at actually? Oh, it's right up here. Let me get in the right lane. And we're going to do some acceleration, so let me change the camera. Go! Oh wow, torque steer. It's pretty bad. So this truck, the steering feels a little loose. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it in sport mode. Oh yeah, a lot better. There it is. It definitely did something to the steering for sure. It did change the gauge cluster, which I like the white a lot better actually too. And it feels, hold on, it's a little bit more responsive, a little bit. But at 65 miles an hour, that's where this truck lives at. I can feel a little bit of sway coming from the, ooh, yes, it's swaying. It's a little windy today, but not as much as this truck is swaying. Wow. Okay, I gotta go a little bit slow. Let me put my camera down. Let me change camera positions. Hold on. I don't know if this truck has a longer bed option, but when I did the testing for the 2023 Toyota Tundra, it had the longer bed. And that truck did have air suspension too, so it had a lot of stability for a half-ton truck. Now, does it compete with the HD? No. And that truck is kind of heavy too. That truck weighed in about just under, like, it was like 5,997 pounds, so basically 6,000 pound truck, especially when you put yourself in there. It gets over that. So yeah, that truck is heavy from the factory. And on Toyotas, I think they raised the GVWR to over 8,000 pounds too with the hybrids. Or with the hybrid, because they don't have an EV yet. It's probably like closer to 7,800 pounds. But yeah, this truck at above 65 miles an hour starts to get really light on its feet. I mean, this is a big old sail back there, and it's a little breezy today. So I would definitely say keep it around 65 miles an hour. I mean, no one's gonna be towing something this size. Pretty rare. But I'm at 83 miles for range. Holy smokes, we're burning through it. And we still have like 4 miles to go. So hopefully you can see that trailer back there with the camera. Oof. It's the tires too. Let me make sure I make that clear. I think these tires are kind of giving up a little bit too. I did not air them up. As far as the air pressure goes, we're at 36, 37 out back and 34 out front. So they're getting a little bit higher because of that, the extra weight back on the rear axle. But so far, guys, at 60 miles an hour, I mean, I can kind of just put one hand on the steering wheel, but I'm burning through. Like, I haven't gone much more than 5 miles. I'm at 79 for range. When you're going at a consistent speed, this kills the battery. So when me and Ben Hardy did that video together, actually you have to go watch his video, he was doing about the same, about 0.6 to about 0.9. In my last video, I think we ended off at 1.1, which was not bad actually. But when you're consistently like on the highway like I was just doing, it kills the battery for this. So that's the difference right there. If you're doing a lot of city driving and getting that regenerative braking, that's what's keeping that battery kind of charged. See, you can kind of see right there, it went up to 0.7 just on that small stint just now. So we did 82% braking there for like the regenerative braking. It's like a brake coach that they have. But let me see if I can get around this car. This car is kind of blocking me right now. All right, so the weigh station is right up here. We're gonna pretty much pull in. I'm gonna pull right in on the scale. I'm not gonna unload, guys. This is about 1,000 pounds of hitch weight. I'm probably gonna re-weigh it again with my GMC. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and unhook the truck that day, because then I'll have more time when I come. And that way you guys can get an accurate reading for the hitch weight. But I promise you, it's like about 1,000 pounds. Now every truck is different. Every truck is different, I think. But I know this is not putting 1,300 pounds of weight on this truck. Alrighty, you guys remember, 8,400 is the GVWR. 8,400. If you add the steer and the drive axle, that's gonna give you 8,240 pounds. Read it and weep. Now, obviously, the Ford decided that it wasn't accurate, so it did update. So let's see what it's saying now. Let's see if it has changed again. So, yep, it's still saying we're under. So in the last videos, even when me and Ben did the video together, with neither one of us inside of the truck, it was saying that we were over the GVWR. Now, like I said, it's very possible that when you're at a different elevation, maybe that has something to do with it. But I am under, and the truck is saying I'm under too, so hey, I proved that. And I don't know why I had to do that, but I feel like I had to, so there you go. But now that we know that we're not overloaded, here's the other problem. Can we make it home? I know that it says 76 miles. We're basically 18 miles from home, but there's a lot of grades. And on top of that, I think there's a lot of traffic, so a lot of stop and go, which is probably not a bad thing for this guy. We might be good here, so hang tight. I am going to show you guys some acceleration, so stay tuned for that, and then that'll effectively end the video. I just noticed that these headlights are like swiveling, so they must auto level too, which is a good feature to have when you're towing a trailer, because you will blind people obviously if your headlights are going up to the sky. So that's good that Ford, at least I know, gives you swiveling headlights, which is good. I did forget to show this to you guys in the last video, so on the end of this trip I will try to remember to show this to you. I'm not gonna make any promises because I have a bad memory, so if I forget to call you back, that's why. So as I mentioned, a lot of traffic, a lot of grades coming up here. Here's an update. I did turn on the heat for a little bit, for about 5 minutes or so, and then I turned on the heated seats and the heated steering wheel for like 5 minutes as well. And now I just turned those things back off because it got a little cold in here. It's 34 degrees outside, so the temperatures are dropping. I turned off traction control and I turned on advanced track mode. You have to hold down the traction control button and then it'll initiate it. It does disable the one pedal drive though. That's the only thing that is kind of a negative about it. But I want to see if the truck will just launch without reducing the power. That's one good thing about electric vehicles. They give you 100% torque off the line. So when I get a chance, we will do a 0 to 60, and that will pretty much end the video. And obviously I'll show you guys where we end off at for the miles per kilowatt, and obviously for the range. So yeah, we were at about what, 90? We've lost 20 miles and we've only driven like 6 miles. I just hope you guys keep that in the back of your mind there. Guys, ready for some acceleration? Here we go. This is a 6% grade, by the way. Wow. She's struggling. She's struggling. Like I said in the last video, that's a wide open throttle. It's a lot of sway too. Wait, we're at 62. Holy smokes, we are just burning through this battery. Now when I unhook from the trailer, it's gonna go up probably by double. So I'm probably gonna drop this thing off to like a fast charger or even like a trickle charger somewhere and just let it sit overnight just to get at least up to 200 miles or so. But yeah, these things do not last long, guys. It's pretty bad. I mean, even if I had a combustion engine, I mean, yeah, I could probably get 6 miles to the gallon doing some of the stuff I'm doing, but I can fill up in like 5 to 10 minutes. It's a difference there. And I think 5 minutes is on the high side. I shouldn't even say 5 to 10 minutes, say 5 minutes or less. So all in all, the power is really good. It did struggle a little bit going up that grade just now. And when I have a chance, I will show you guys 0 to 60 wide open throttle, because that's what's going to be really important. All right, so here's a quick acceleration. I don't know if it'll be 0 to 60, but we'll try. Okay, ready? I did turn traction control back on because you can see that we have a little bit of snow coming down and the roads are probably a little damp now. So with that being said, we're gonna pretty much end off the video here in a second. Here's where we are, 0.7. That's with the acceleration, obviously. We drove about 20 miles and we burnt about 90. So in total, that's probably about 24 miles that we drove when we got charged up last. So yeah, this proves the point that these trucks are great, you know, with what they have available, but the range and obviously just the time to charge is just crazy. I mean, I was there for an hour, guys, and it did not fully charge this thing. It charged it up to about what, 50%? So yeah, it's not good. All right, I just stopped. We're home. 0.8 miles a kilowatt hour. 21 miles driven. And then here is the energy usage. So 2% goes to climate, driving goes to 82%, 2% goes to accessories, and then exterior temperature accounted for 14%. So it's 31 degrees outside. And yeah, you guys have seen as much testing as I could do with this truck. Now I do have a smaller trailer I was supposed to tow this with, but we may have to do that another time because I won't have time tomorrow because I have to take this truck back. But the good news is, I'll have the trailer for a while. And who knows, maybe I can get this truck or get another one in the future.